Blast from the past here, classic franchise returning to the Nintendo Wii U after a long hiatus. Younger gamers may not know this, but more mature gamers certainly are aware, like yourself.
Exactly. I played this as a youngster. The game is Star Fox. There hasn't been a proper sequel to this since it appeared on the Nintendo 64, so I mean, we're talking about the early mid-90s, so it's been a long time. And they're a master at taking some of those older franchises, resurrecting them, breathing in some new life, and then once again turning them into household names. Unfortunately, that may not happen with this one. We'll get to that in a moment, but first I should point out this isn't actually a sequel, it's more of a reimagining of the series. So as far as the plot goes, you play the role of Fox McCloud. You're a fighter pilot trying to save the Lilac Galaxy from Andros, who's an evil scientist. So you basically fly planet to planet with a team of heroes. You got Slippy the Toad, Falco Lombardi, who's a pheasant, and Peppy Hare, a rabbit. So I mean, it's kind of kid-friendly in that sense.
Yep.
At the core, it's a fast-paced flying shooting game with some fun boss fights. Definitely keeps you on your toes, lots of dodging, barrel rolls, and things like that. So they did try to breathe some new life into this, the fact that you don't just fly your R-Wing. It's not just a jet fighter anymore. They've mixed new vehicles into the mix. So you have things like a walker, where you can turn, you can walk on the ground instead of just flying through some of the different levels. There's a Landmaster tank, which a tank speaks for itself. A gyro wing, which actually flies a little bit like a drone. So it mixes it up. You don't feel like you're playing the same levels over and over again. You get to at least try new vehicles as well. And lots of Easter eggs. And Nintendo's great at this. Some familiar levels that we've seen from the original game. So if you played this game 20 years ago, you're like, wait a minute, I've flown this level before. I know where things are. And some of the same Easter eggs and the hidden secrets are still there. And even introducing some old characters like Rob, the robotic operating buddy from the 80s. You have to be a real nerd to know who Rob is.
Okay.
But he's featured in this as well. So lots of funs to be had, but it all falls apart when it comes down to the controls.
How come?
So, okay. Nintendo has the gamepad.
Yes.
So this is your controller that you use, and of course there is a screen here, and then you also have your television screen.
Right.
Well, Nintendo wants you to look at the TV screen and also use this as a different view at the same time, and you have to go back and forth between the two. So I have a video here, I'll kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about. The view on the television is third person. You can see your ship. The view on your gamepad is first person. That's the view from inside the cockpit.
Okay.
So you have to keep glancing up and down at the same time. Plus, there's motion controls in the gamepad, so as you tilt it, it changes the motion on the screen. So it's a lot of back and forth, and sometimes you have to look down and start controlling things on your gamepad, and other times you're looking up while still using the gamepad to control. It is confusing.
Right, frustrating.
The first couple of hours, I was ready to toss it and say, that's it, I'm done, I'm not going to play this game anymore, I'm so frustrated with it. But then I kind of got the hang of it. The problem is, for some of the younger gamers out there, they're just going to get frustrated. They'll say after, they have short attention spans, they'll say after 15 minutes, I'm done.
There's no option to turn that screen off?
No. You can flip the screens,
but you can't. You have to
turn
operate
it
on
off.
two screens.
Yeah, which is too bad. I mean, the game is fun. It's only about 4 to 5 hours long. It's not a long game in terms of game standards, but so many different Easter eggs in there.
4 to 5 hours?
Yeah, but here's the nice thing. There's replay value because some of the levels have secret paths you can take, which actually opens up new levels.
Right.
So there is some replay value. Even though you can breeze through it about 4 to 5 hours, there's replay value to open up all 20+ levels. Because you don't play all 20 levels when you actually go through it and beat it the first time. You have to go back and you got to find those secrets. The bottom line, the game is a lot of fun, but it's diminished by the controls. That's where it all kind of falls apart, and that took a lot of the fun out of it for me.
Right. What about the nostalgia piece? Will that play for?
It's there.
Yeah. It's
there. There's so many fun Easter eggs in there. Even the sounds and what the characters say, it's like, wait a minute, I heard that line 20 years ago.
Right.
Or some of the little sounds that come out of the gamepad is complete nostalgia. Yeah.
Bit of a throwback.
I was hoping for more. I wanted to love it. I was hoping for more.
Okay. Thanks very much, Mike. Still